global warming a problem that will affect the rest of the planet and not Hawaii? Should we be concerned that glaciers are melting or using oil causes greenhouse gases? The issues we face here in Hawaii are unique to our environmental climate and our social climate. Global warming is transforming our world, and out here in the middle of the Pacific, Hawaii is facing an uncertain future.
And I think ultimately, when sea level reaches a meter or more higher than it is today, we're simply going to have to abandon Waikiki.
I don't know that too many people will want to see Waikiki turn into a Venice of Waikiki.
Beyond our physical climate changing, our social climate has to make a radical shift. From the policies that shape our community to actions in our daily lives, we need to make changes today before it's too late. We have the opportunity to develop a broad range of solutions so we won't be so dependent on one source of energy.
The more that we can reduce our reliance on outside sources of fuel, the more we are going to be more self-reliant as a state.
People should be very concerned about our overdependency on imported oil.
As the most isolated population center in the world, it doesn't make sense for Hawaii to simply copy what's being done in other parts of the world. We should look for answers that make sense given our unique conditions. However, despite all of the challenges ahead, Hawaii has the great benefit of abundant solutions.
We've got the right climate, that's for sure, and not every state is so blessed as we are.
I think in Hawaii, biofuels is the only way to get from point A to point Z quickly.
This project will eliminate the burning of 600 to 700 barrels of fuel a day on an annualized basis.
All of these sources of renewable energy are promising, but we can't pin our hopes on one of them to becoming a silver bullet that will meet all of our energy needs. Hawaii has the potential to develop abundant sources of clean, renewable energy. Blessed with clear, sunny skies, strong, sustained winds, rich, fruitful growing conditions, and the vast geothermal resources, our islands possess the means of generating more renewable power. Together, as a community, we can do what's needed to cope with our climate crisis.
You know, there are future generations out there that we have a moral obligation to.
We have the ability to propose solutions and to actually implement them here and to be that role model.
I think like if every person thought that I can just do at least a little, then everybody coming together can do a lot.
In this next hour, we're going to take the global issue of climate change and focus on Hawaii. How will the changes in our physical climate affect life here in the middle of the Pacific? And what, if any, solutions do we have to help Hawaii be sustainable for the future? Our planet is changing. From where we live to how we live, being in the middle of the Pacific, we need to pay attention to the signs so we can avoid Hawaii's climate crisis. When the world thinks of Hawaii, this is the image most are familiar with. Diamond Head, blue water and sandy beaches. With a rising ocean, grains of sand might be replaced with an ungiving concrete. This, unfortunately, could be the image future generations will be more familiar with.
Waikiki is a very interesting case study in how the Hawaiian quality of life and the Hawaiian shoreline are going to be affected by sea level rise.
Dr. Charles Fletcher of the University of Hawaii is studying the potential impacts of rising sea levels throughout our islands.
I'm standing on wet sand from last night's high tide. You can see that the waves reached as far as this, and we're nearly into the lobby of this hotel. As sea level starts to rise, we're going to see waves running down into the lower floor of the hotel, down into the parking structures and into the offices down there.
His research and modeling are revealing that a rising ocean will cause significant impacts to vital areas of our islands.
It's kind of an amazing thing to realize that this is the center of our tourism economy, Waikiki, and if you ask most tourists, they're there because they've heard so much about the beach and they want to get into the ocean and experience the beach. And yet the beach disappears every day at high tide along most of Waikiki.
Global warming is leading to sea level rise in two different ways. The first problem, polar ice is melting at alarming rates. Ice currently over land masses adds water to the oceans as it melts. As the melting ice runs into the ocean from land, that new water adds to the ocean's volume and the sea level rises. The second problem is the rising temperature of the ocean's surface. Warmer water expands, and that contributes to an increase in sea level. A planetary temperature rise of 1 to 4 degrees might not seem like much, but any rise in water temperature expands the oceans.